shungin sangmala tisum delek and tomatela sangmalola hakar sang shay. Tatari nga daw na kodre ilana at kitari gami shungzap kang ari gami shungzap kang dula so big shinun henso ki kibi leguche penang shara and dela pagela dry kibi legu dipe gunsen dini ani tada gana masho shung lo kundu shung dira masho shung di lo dunju detu kowe기 니모도 리도 아니 코란스 페겔라 가가토토 치리라 아니 마주 갸나기 마올레베 다 룽바 망고치라 디 상만 냠루 톤니 다리 페게 갸나 마쇼 슝기 페게 레궁기 디당도 아마주 게베 레기스페데 안 델라 드레이 안 상말로 페겔라 제용 니올라 슝이 상말로 아니 디 주네 곤다 델라 치즈 dimbal라 잭슨 하이클라 아니 그래 shimni lenzo dogom chishi kauntu ani thanda SFT zo nyamru thonira de pegela mami thomgo da ani ya pegela kebele gi chinjish pe na risha an changalo ani sinishuro nang an pegela jeong la so
Leave the penchen Lama! Long live the penchen Lama!
Long live the Dalai Lama!
Long live the Dalai Lama! Leave the penchen Lama!
We want free Tibet!
We want free Tibet!
We want free Tibet!
We want free Tibet!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to
Tibet belongs to
Tibetans!
Tibetans!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
China out of Tibet now!
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 Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet was never part of China!
Tibet was never part of China!
Tibet was never part of China! Belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
China out of Tibet now!
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 Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, free Tibet!
Free Tibet, free Tibet!
Free Tibet, free Tibet!
Free Tibet, free Tibet!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet of Tibet, no!
We want free Tibet!
We want free Tibet!
We want free
We want free
Tibet!
Tibet!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Free Tibet, China out!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
China out of Tibet now!
China out of Tibet now!
China out of Tibet now!
China out of Tibet now! Shut down the boarding school in Tibet!
Shut down the colonial boarding schools in Tibet!
Shut down the colonial boarding school in Tibet! Tibet.
Shut down the colonial boarding schools in Tibet.
Shut down the colonial boarding schools in Tibet.
Education rights in Tibet.
Education rights in Tibet.
Education rights in Tibet.
Education rights in Tibet.
Language rights in Tibet.
Language rights in Tibet.
Human rights in Tibet.
Human rights in Tibet.
We want free Tibet.
We want free Tibet. We want free Tibet.
Free Tibet.
Free
Free Tibet.
Tibet. Free Tibet.
China out of Tibet now.
China out of Tibet now. China out of Tibet now. Tibet belongs to Tibetans. Tibet belongs to Tibetans. Out, out, China out. China out of Tibet now. Tibet belongs to Tibetans. Tibet belongs to Tibetans. Out, out, China out. Out, out, China out. China lies, Tibet and die. China lies, Tibet and die.
Shame on the Chinese government.
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 Free Tibet.
Free Tibet, free Tibet.
Free Tibet. Free Tibet.
Free Tibet, free Tibet.
Free Tibet. China out.
Free Tibet, China out.
Free Tibet. China out.
Free Tibet, China out.
Tibet belongs to Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to
Tibet belongs to
Tibetans.
Tibetans.
China out of Tibet. Down with CCP.
Norway CCP.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Shame on Chinese government.
Shame on Chinese government.
76 years of operation.
Too long.
76 of operation.
Too long, too long.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP.
Down with CCP.
Norway CCP.
76 of operation.
Too long, too long.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Down with CCP.
Down with CCP.
Down with CCP.
Down with CCP.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP.
CCP is a killer.
CCP is a killer.
Shame on killer.
Shame on killer.
CCP is a liar.
CCP is a liar.
Stop lying to the world.
Stop lying to the world.
Shame on Chinese government.
Shame on Chinese government.
CCP is a killer.
CCP is a killer.
Shame on killer.
Shame on killer.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No with CCP.
No more CCP.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Enough CCP is enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
Down with CCP.
Down with CCP.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Enough is enough. China enough.
Enough is enough. China enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
CCP is most enough now.
CCP is most enough.
CCP most it now.
Enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
Enough is enough. CCP is enough.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Down with CCP.
No more CCP.
Down with CCP.
CCP.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Shame on Chinese government.
Shame on Chinese government.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP.
CCP is a liar.
CCP is a liar.
Stop lying to the world.
Stop lying to the world.
Shame on liars.
Shame on CCP is a liar. Shame on liar. Shame on Chinese government. China out of Tibet now.
China out of Tibet now!
China out of Tibet now.
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to Tibetans!
Tibet belongs to Tibetans.
Stop the killings in Tibet!
Stop the killing in Tibet.
Free Tibet! China enough!
Enough is enough. China enough.
Shame on the Chinese government!
Shame on the Chinese government.
Shame on the Chinese government!
Shame on the Chinese government.
Shame on CCP!
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP!
Shame on Xi Jinping.
Shame on Xi Jinping!
Shame on Xi Jinping.
Shame on Xi Jinping!
China out of Tibet now.
China out of Tibet now!
Stop lying to the world.
Stop lying to the world!
Stop lying to the world.
China lies, people die!
China lies, people die. To the world. Shame on the Chinese government. Stop lying to the world. China lies, Tibetan die. China lies, people die. People of the world, people Tibet. Release the political prisoners now.
Release the political prisoners now!
Release the political prisoners now.
Release the political prisoners now!
Release the political prisoners now.
Shame on the Chinese government!
Shame on the Chinese government.
Shame on the Chinese government!
Shame on the Chinese government.
Release the penchen Lama now!
Release the pension Lama now.
Release the penchen Lama now!
Release the pension Lama now.
Release the political prisoners now!
Release the political prisoners now.
Release the political prisoners now!
Release the political prisoners now. Shame.
Down with
CCP.
down with
CCP.
no more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
No more celebration.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP.
Shame on CCP. 너비의 나바
vigil, dojo kali nyang shim de ani ani bigi pau pam ka chipsi sempa na tang na shi ga no sulta bigi bambu chi na gi ani bigi ki ta ba zema mo pau bambu chi ta ma so yi ko na ba sa ba gi ani ya gi shui shi ni bigi bambu chi shui sa de bigi shui de so gi so so ni no so se na de bigi
저는 먼저 캔슬을 들어가서 걸어 들어가서 뉴욕 뉴저지 산에 주민이 딱 어디다 디나신이 지도 타자 선배는 만들게 드리기 모두 다 디나신 드리기 때문에 그 개별이 내국계기는 세가 수요가 세가 수요 시속 때문에 어떻게 아까 제일 말한 까지 돼 아니 가스도 전다 시범 이렇게 좀 전부 대표도 가디시 세가 수요가 아니 계세를 드린 게 이모지 아니 근데 자마고 한다 전남이마 지도 개갑도 왔다 인지나라 PRC 그걸 또 차냐라게 자 제가 빠쇼다 디스카우도 차지도 아니 그런 공조 지금 대시샤고 놀라 드린 게 이모데 고촌이 안다린 도스 밀로 근주 된도 거기서라 아니 코르웨게 니모 데라 다프란조 다 전남이마 지도 개갑 뭐네 다스산에 가살라 프란조기 아니 자담이만 지금 개가 지구하고 제일 땅을 아니 프랑스 전부 땅을 아니 프랑스 특징 개가 이 아니 이게 세라게 제일 순기 sabje sungi 시작 중고 지겨워 그래서 말한도 배고 트베게 가마도 아니 중교 집에 개가 망고지겠다 이 순지도 여복 윈도우스 가지나나 아니 이 도움이 톱다 별로 도움이 톱다 윈도우스 제나기 단다바도 치 달아오네 제네기 와라 페미츠베게 지가 요구르라 아니 셴바 미마 칼로담 민보 오늘 장을에 대와 아니 두조 나조 와라 무슨 겐데다 아니 수업 그거 내가 붙여야 되나 안 된다 인자 된다야 별로 아니 나와 요 말에 이미기 그게 별로 수시수 범위들이 내다디다 냐오 뮤다비게 내다 붙여야 되네 된다 인자 아니 별로 너 미토다 아니 말아봐도 디나시 별로 좀 하도 봐도 안 된다게 디데 숨지 줘야 되고 윈도우스 같은 거 어떻게 배워지 디나시 아니 투조 개가 방구지 자리 물어 자기 어래 안 되는 것도 돼 물어 자갈래 아니 이거 좀 양자 쉬어야 재미라 디 넘버 2 재미게 다른 게 아니 숨지 쉬어야 돼 뭐 민도 되는 것도 터지도 몰라 예스 난 되는 것도 되게 자갈래 아니 근데지라 참 쉬어야 되냐라 안 되는 게 맞아 니 같이 시게 도 오늘 제가 되는 게 두죠 제가 오늘 제가 딱 이만고 쉬어질래고 그러는데 오늘에는 그래야 되는데 내가 너무 갑자기만 내두고 내가 거리차고 있는 것도 하고 있는 거라 야면은 나한테 저기 그게 상관없지 하나를 군대 따라 파치 페로 슈라 가지고 가리나 내가 기가 그래서 내가 딱 방아지 지가 말하는 까메 라나니 마지기라 라디는 마지기도 말하는 야디 대오메주도 그라 제가 수술한 게 달린 게 무슨 상관 수술하게 된 게 차대로 되네 딱 개보체는 년대기 추도 양자가 돼 보고 싶어요 지 레고 참시 레고 가게지 배나 아니 페니라 쉬면 기체나가 밥에 메두라 수술 얘기 있다 내가 쉬어 이거 거기 있지 참잘 기체나
Партия 왔어.
Да, 그래. 이제 김에시도 뭐 저가 그냥 다시 정가 들지도
Three hours later.
Hello. Tatana ngazu shunlen zu da SFT che dogum chi shu khang du nyam ru thonira an pe jackson adla mame thonggo da an ke be legi chi chi pe nang do an on de la do de an ye gi kapse ti section de bya go samsra 당보다라 nga shuge di 당보다 하고 마스라 di 파겔라 di shuge di 다리 shuge 깨벼율라사 먼저 당보다 di 체치레 아니 카레 다리 라가라 종아이 치르다라 아니 다리 깨벼리기요레 돌라사 깨벼단 gonda 마메 통고 도열라사 아니 오디진 아니 다 단다 SFT 다 인슈누 다 두즈기 레기 페아고 페낭기다 아니 온진다 니뿐이 보면라라 다리 온조 다리 갑시디 하갈라 마종고스라 아니 온조 디 파게 마메 통고데라 아니 키도체 안 코란줄라 안 신데피나고라라 신데피에 치레 아니 온디치니 콘주기 뒤딱도 레기 아니 페야고 페낭이다 아니 온조 슈치마투네라 아니 디가스직 데 타칼로레 this chituna and samsa mirere moregi and this is susu khan juje baksu chituna ra ani mone legi pe nange duzula simshu parechida on ni chigre samsra ani on chinta tari ngaran sugi khapse di chagi khapse packet ni che ani chema karagi khapse packet ni the tari di ngojo da jonga member chere ani di shune kiranso an gongi na an jula ani dewa nang nang she da so
SF. Oh, that thing Mami Tungurisha, Mami Tungu, SFTG, whatever. Chime khale drink.
Tari ngonzu de la tanda yana marshu shungi kao wala ni lumba mangu chera ondi ki de la mame chongo juda kipe lugi chunjish pe na arisha an onde la le de.
Okay. Tanga ya kuragida. 나 혼자 자리 집도 좀 테스트래
genocide, torture, and killing of thousands, if not millions of people. And so we Kong, East Turkestan and Tibet, and let's wait 1 second. Every year, all our people come together on this day to honor all the lives that we've lost under the oppression of the CCP. And so we are now going to take a moment of silence. If everybody could please have their candles ready. And after this train passes, make sure you have all your candles ready, then we'll have a moment of silence after this train goes away. Starting now. We'll have. Are you able to do this? We'll have the 10 a.m. prayer now, the Tibetan prayer that really dear to the Tibetan people's heart, and it's gonna just thank you everybody for coming. And again, the purpose for the vigil today is to honor the lives that we've lost under this occupation of the CCP.
Hello. 정말 모르네. 아니, 자동으로 대체면은 세배인데 동전 나가리샤 한타다 세배인데 모두 대체면은 그다음에 동그래. 이 다들 진도 거서 경기 주죠. 한다 원하니까 경기 20도 그런 입장샷이 차지. 상당히야. 지난 계세 정지 이번에 계세 한다고 이게 명화이나 안디 한다 나만서 달라이 라마라고 진도 오늘 좀 주죠. 입장샷이 차지요. 아무도 세배인데 대체면은 소대하니
上面被着是谁送这个的了？是被给所有我一肚子。的平时什么了？谁被我所弄成勇敢的？让我要这都被给我了，只是给的途径有我自。我是谁？我的谁？谁有为什么抗拒？谁有多少什么能抗谁背？至少的人有多少我死？那多吃一三的的大家的。
Lots of attention. A few speeches. These speakers today come from all the organizations that were behind organizing the event today. So we'll first invite Tella Zoksong to the stage. Maybe just come right here, Tella. You can speak right here. And so all our organizers today are also from different. Some of our organizers are from different movements, such as the Chinese pro-democracy movement by NY Democracy Wall. They will be speaking later.
Hello everybody. I know we're struggling with some train sound logistics, so I'll try to project my voice. Firstly, I think, as I stand here today, I can't help but be brought back to the first time I remember being engulfed in light like this. I was maybe 7 or 8 years old in a room in downtown Manhattan. The walls were lined with pictures, illuminated by old vigil candles, like the ones we're holding right now. I'll never forget those faces. Over 100 Tibetans who had lit themselves on fire. It bewildered me. What compelled over 160 Tibetans to light their bodies on fire, I couldn't understand. No one should ever have to imagine the desperation that would drive a person to inflict such pain upon themselves. But that act is a snapshot of what over 60 years of colonial occupation looks like today. Today, on the People's Republic of China's founding day, as they flood the media with propaganda about a prosperous and thriving China, this is the reality under PRC rule. And yet today is also Hakar, White Wednesday, the non-violent, non-cooperation movement inside of Tibet. On this same day that the PRC celebrates its violent founding, inside Tibet, ordinary men and women actively resist China's occupation by supporting Tibetan businesses, eating Tibetan food, wearing Tibetan clothing, speaking Tibetan language, and celebrating the Tibetan identity. Though in many ways these activities and practices are nothing new, Tibetans have long been prideful of our culture. In the context of occupation, Hakar amounts to an act of civil resistance, of civil disobedience. Because inside of Tibet, it is now a crime to be Tibetan. Families have to keep resistance alive through whispered conversations and photos of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama tucked between pages of books under their mattress. 1 million Tibetan children have been ripped from their parents' arms and sent to Chinese colonial boarding schools to take the Tibetan out of the Tibetan child. In East Turkestan, the vast network of camps have evolved into a system of forced labor feeding global supply chains. In Hong Kong, every remaining vestige of free expression or democracy has been criminalized under the national security law. Across China, surveillance technologies have created one of the most sophisticated systems of digital authoritarianism in history. And what ties all of this together party's obsession with stability, a stability that is not built on justice or legitimacy, but on fear. Right now, we are living through a global authoritarian turn, and China is at the helm. Dictators today, they don't act alone. They strategize. They trade technologies of repression. They legitimize one another on the world stage. What China has piloted in our communities, mass surveillance, censorship, cultural erasure, forced assimilation, it now exports abroad to bolster authoritarian regimes, from Moscow to Venezuela. They want a world that is safe for dictators, not for democracy, not for human rights, and not for freedom. And that means that the fight we are in right now is not a regional one. It is on the front line of the human struggle for freedom in our time. But, and there's a caveat, they have made a fatal miscalculation. The Chinese government has made a fatal miscalculation. And that is inevitability. Authoritarian regimes thrive on inevitability. The belief that nothing will change, that they will stay in power. But that is a myth. History has shown us time and time again that when ordinary people like ourselves act with courage and creativity, regimes once thought unshakable fall. We saw that nearly 3 years ago when the A4 revolution ripped across China, sparked by the deadly Urumqi fires. These protests brought people into the streets in the largest protest since Tiananmen Square. Holding up blank sheets of paper, they exposed the regime's greatest fear, the collective will of the people to imagine a different future. They forced Xi Jinping to erase and reverse his zero-COVID policy. But more importantly, they shattered the illusion that the Chinese Communist Party is unshakable. Dictators are not gods. They're humans that are hiding beneath a facade, terrified of our laughter, our songs, our memory. Now, I have never stepped foot in Tibet, but I believe our movement will outlast the regime that made it so. Our Hong Konger, Uyghur, and Chinese dissident friends may not be able to return home right now, but they too will outlast the regime that made it so. Because we may not have state recognition, military power, or a seat at the UN, but we have something they fear even more. Memory that endures, and something to fight for. We have something to fight for. October 1st is China's founding day, but to us, it is a global day of action. A reminder that the Chinese dictatorship and all dictatorships are temporary. But the human spirit and the human resistance, the Tibetan resistance, is eternal. So tonight, as we honor all those who cannot be here because they are in prison, under surveillance, or have been martyred, let us commit to keep building, keep resisting, and keep proving them wrong. Hello!
Hello!
Thank you, Tella. Tella is the campaigns director at SFT HQ. I forgot to mention that. Our next speaker now will be Tritashi from RTYC. Tritashi is the vice president of RTYC. Hello.
Nabila Penchen. Nabila is someone who goes to the list and showing. Good evening. Here. Today on the 상막이 캔슬에 트레이더 이번에 견나 미만 지대 계급 어떤 것도 테크니컬 좀 유치원의 견나 미만 지대 계급 이슈를 아니 나만다 견나 임박을 쇼인데 고존에 프랑스 고존에 다들이 로드지 대조 포기요래 상기 쇼파도 이번에 가라츠기 단다 견나 쇼서 라 뭐지 레고 케베기 레고 페요래 갑도 미 카시스페소 아니 폰 넘버라 투치스라는 쇼이 안트린데 공다기 타 마라스 마미 총고기 레고 다 조들 탄데 글로벌 액션 라 동도 레고 캠페인 데라 탄당하는데 페랑테 로브 소퍼스튜던트 포 프리 티베트 안당나시 오는데 뉴욕 뉴저지 커넥티cut 기 도감 추시 컨트롤 소소 누블하물라레 셴바 오는데 탄다 에스토키스탄 기 프랑스 페이샤 심마다가 홍콩이 프랑스 무슨 페이샤 리버티 프랑스 포지션 심마다데 차이나 데모크라시라는 한들 캐나 나로라 방조 비기치기 무슨 페이샤 안다다 모데 아베가토 US Tibet holiness holiness 페이샤 안데 니마타 망보 페이샤 상바라 프로세스 쉐이 just for doing New York and New Jersey Sunday Division social chat here. My name is Joshua Tunduk. I am the Vice President of the Regional Tibetan Youth Congress of New York and New Jersey. And it's someone like on the issue of the Yam Dota. Mix it. Show the indication to Kachelana. Take you share the show Yamome by the Garangi Kari Tangulana. Maranso permit Samala language your Samala permit Sama language your Maranso Pöle Tibet like Yakab Juredi Tadeshala Kana Marbogi Kana Marbo Shogi Tewoto those Yanche Dure and what they tap me the New York line by Namu Pemi Mambo Jure and Samagi Sosogi Lega Yure Sosola Kamata Gugu Yure Soso Puguta Gugu Yure and Sosogi Gergi Soagi Lega Mambo Yure Imba Naranso Pögi Nede Ladi Pögi Tapse Ladi Kesi Naranso Big Gambagi Machiwana and Naranso Puguchumagi and Kambocha Sonza Naranso that they Shugi Mambojuri and that Tedon Singing with the lifeline Mamboja Samala was a Pögi Nede Gala. What Tisanjo Ibana Pernalola Karishavundo. This someone was a social media Chido Talam Nalo Tamaton Devare. Pernalo Nedu Chaguna, the show Sawa Iban Inamato Shemba was a Pernalogi, Nedan Karisha, Pernala Tadecha, Koyuk in Nedare, Chapsik in Nedare, Choluk in Nedare, Bejog in Nedare, Zutun the Jevitone, was a number Mamboji Pongiore. Sonza, the Tong Shindo, Rua, Hago Shindo, Tadong, Ani Yametan Che, those Devana, Tada was a election of the Kari Tier, Shubaina, Sadong Bashik again, while Pome by Papa is. He says that don't have Chipola Tom Devana. And it is the form making Papa race and then you do it. So they gave the Haba Che Chambore. Tenga was a Lapa Lojon Chevato, Mozuki, Lojon, Shembada, Madawi, Lojon Chewu, your last and Oma Tebakalo, Nayore. They do Tatabamushu and Kajana, Momushuna, Tisa Kala, Sama, Sosogi, Rawang Tibudwa, India, Rawang, Dikara, Chidoyo, Maris and Sumuda, Iba in there. Tempochella Nending to the Rua. They get somebody Sosogi, they get Hava, Chirojis, Tisa, Pernalo in Nedan Katimba, Pernalola, Namasogi, video Mamoton Yoruba, Pernalo Tisaki, Marato language key, Pegi, Kijashetan in Nedantone, Mikashiki, Sosogi, Campaign Chuju, the Penny, Kera Pegotola, Tiwa Karishiki, Kera Pegato Shiki, Kera Pebalo to Tonyo, Kera Karishingu, Tabekore in the Kijaju, the video Mamoton Yoruba. They do Pernalo in Nedan was a half of your Sonza, Modella. Senju, Rawa Lupa Nanola, Sosogi, Legi the Kibaton, and was a Pögi, Tana was the Papa, Shude my Papa was a Pögi Nedangala, Legu Mambo Piguri, Takisi Namazo, Moso Chatok Mewana, Surna Yorwa, Shata Shon Namazo Yabiona, Tabla Mambo Yuri, number Mambo Dito, number Sugi, Ani Kala, Tadilla, Yabiona Nasani, Deji Shui, Ashapade, Tadamudu, number 2, Mambo Special, and some of the pushes that Shui. Thank you.
I'll invite now Nobu Lama from Dokam City Council, NYNJ, Connecticut.
Durga Puja yosa ani te sike thabuche gang la release ani te si nobu do shisha an khan tu chi an lenge sola an jalo shu choga ches ide che shu chu so tu chi no so ta khan tu chi shu da first and foremost I want to thank students for Free Tibet who's always there to initiate any activities for Tibet. It is the responsibility of all Tibetans actually. But nevertheless, I really marvel these youngsters around me. Thank you so much. And we have the New York, New Jersey Regional Tibet Youth Congress, who's also always there with activities, and including us, the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Dongam Shishkutu. We are also a political activity. My name is Noble Hamo, and I'm the president of the regional Dongam Shishkutu. Tonight, as we gather in the light of candles, we remember those who gave their lives for the cause of Tibet. On this day, the 76th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, we cannot forget that the very birth of this regime brought about immense suffering for our land, our people and our culture. We mourn our martyrs, but we also draw strength from the sacrifice. Their courage has given us the responsibility to continue the struggle, not only for freedom and human dignity, but also for the protection of our land. The land is the very heart of Tibet. Tibet is often called the third pole of the earth because its glaciers, rivers and grasslands feed Asia's great rivers, the Brahmaputra, Mekong, Yangtze, Indus, Ganges. For thousands of years, these waters have sustained not only Tibet, but millions of people across Asia. Yet today, under Chinese rule, Tibet's environment is under severe assault. Our grasslands are dead, degrading the delicate balance of nomadic life. Our mountains are mined, disfigured for the minerals that benefit others while leaving our homeland scarred. Our rivers are dammed, threatening the future of countless people downstream. Our nomads, guardians of the environment, are uprooted and resettled, silenced from protecting their ancestral land. This is not only a Tibetan issue, it is a global issue. The destruction of Tibet's environment is a wound to the entire planet. Protecting Tibet is protecting the future of humanity. And in this struggle, we remember the bravery of Anya Sangra, a humble nomad from Golok. He raised his voice against corruption, against environmental destruction, and for the rights of his people. For his courage, he was imprisoned, but his name stands as a symbol of truth, resilience, and the spirit of our land. He is one of the many voices silenced, yet his courage continues to echo amongst us tonight. But today, the sacred harmony is shattered. Chinese industries dig into our mountains, pollute our rivers, and displace our nomads. The national guardians of the plateau, even fireworks displayed as art in the... One second, I'll just make it straight. But his name stands as a symbol of truth, resilience, and the spirit of our land. He is one of the many voices silenced, yet his courage continues to echo amongst us tonight. But today, that sacred harmony is shattered. Chinese industries dig into our mountains, pollute our rivers, and displace our nomads. The national guardians of the plateau, even fireworks displayed as art in the Tibetan sky, desecrate Tibet's purity. Chinese fireworks now explode over the last pristine land on earth, Tibet. This devastation is not only environmental, it is human. Since 2009, over 250 Tibetans have set themselves on fire in acts of ultimate protest, self-immolation. Monks, nuns, nomads, students, ordinary Tibetans offered their own bodies as flames of truth. They cried out for freedom, for the return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and for the protection of our land and our culture. Their sacrifice burns in our hearts tonight as we hold these candles. As we hold these candles, let us remember each flame represents not only the lives lost, but also the life of truth that can never be extinguished. The Chinese government tried to erase Tibet's story, but the fire of our people, our environment, and our martyrs will continue to shine. Let us commit ourselves to protect Tibet's fragile environment, to honor the sacrifices for heroes like Anya Sangra, and to ensure that the dream of freedom, justice, and environmental harmony is carried forward to the next generation. May the light of Tibet never die. Thank Thank you. Hey, Gallo! Hey, Gallo! Hey, Gallo! Hey, Gallo! Hey, Gallo! Hey, Gallo! Today I'm very proud to stand here. The thing of them for the Kajilana on the Jackson, I think the Manche on the Devacha Mare, Asian, the Manche, and there's a Chasik such a Chile. That day on the Petkora Chikala, Sinjan Kila, Nandogi, Mikalaka, Zomna Shak. That Chikangi on the Peva in the position, Sugar, some of us are taken to. If I had Lumbadi, Judan, Chikas, so Legat, and then me take the Chidone, and you get some opinion, some of us, Sujiche Shui. And for all the ones who are non-Tibetans, I think there are a few. Thank you so much for joining us in our Tibetan struggle, and we shall continue our struggle until Tibet is free. Hey, Gallo! Hey, Gallo! Free Tibet now! 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 Long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama! 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 Long live Tibet! 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 Thank you very much, Tachena.
Thank you, Noble Lamala. I'm now inviting Suki from NY Democracy Wall. NY Democracy Wall is a protesting pro-Chinese democracy group, and we have Suki here. Yeah, we're giving them.
Hello, hi everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm a member from, I'm a Chinese activist from the NY Democracy Wall, and I say that with full awareness of the contradictions it may carry, and because in a world where Chinese identity is often associated with the state, with the power, and or with silence, it can feel strange and dangerous even to say that I stand with those who are resisting that very system. But I am here today on October 1st, the so-called National Day of the People's Republic of China, not to celebrate a nation, but to remember those who are silenced by it. And more than that, to remember that none of us resist alone. We live in a time where resistance is fragmented. The Tibetan struggle, the Uyghur struggle, the Hong Kong movement, the labor movement, feminist and queer activism in China, all these are often isolated, boxed into categories, depoliticized, or dismissed as separate issues. But actually, we're not separate. I've seen Tibetan monks arrested for holding photos of the Dalai Lama. I've seen migrant workers in Guangdong beaten for asking for unpaid wages. I've seen women dragged off the street for protesting femicide. I've seen Hong Kong students exiled for marching with umbrellas. And I see the same fear in all their eyes, the fear of a state that wants total control over bodies, speech, memory, and meaning. So when we speak of cross-movement solidarity, we're not just being strategic, we're being truthful. These struggles are not parallel, they are interconnected. The same government that tries to erase Tibetan identity is the very one that censors worker strikes. The same ideology that denies Uyghur freedom fuels the surveillance of Chinese feminists and queer youth. The violence may look different, but the logic is the same. To build real solidarity, we have to go beyond symbolic gestures. We need to learn each other's histories. We need to respect each other's pain. We need to show up even when it's uncomfortable. And for Chinese activists like me, that means taking responsibility. It means being honest about the Han privilege in the Chinese empire. It means refusing to defend a government just because we're maybe benefiting from some of the policies. And it means standing beside Tibetans, Uyghurs, Hong Kongers, Southern Chinese workers, feminists, and queer organizers, and all the others, not as allies looking in from the outside, but as part of the same fight. None of us chose to be born into this system, but all of us can choose what kind of people we become in response to it. Today, I choose to stand with all of you. I choose to believe that truth matters, that memory would survive, that resistance multiplies, and that liberation, real liberation, must belong to everyone, or it belongs to no one at all. Thank you.
Okay, we'll have two poem readings now. Could Jigme and Desung come to the stage? Jigme and Desung are the SFT HQ interns, and they chose two poems. They chose a poem each to read today. Desung, you want to go first?
Today I will be reading a poem called "Do You Know the Tales of Our Forefathers" by Dalai Lama, translated by Hujung Nisonam. Tumurnis Gangzum. Before the sun rays hit the smiling peaks, you are ready to hit the road. Following the hooves of yaks singing a sad song, with the day's provisions stored in the fold of your chuba. This is when my heart turns weak like the tune of your song. If you had to spend your life on the plateau like animals in the wild, I never want to say farewell and leave. Instead, if I can turn you into a student holding a book in a pen, will you be a girl in the service of our country? Will you be a woman who loves her people? Let me ask you, do you know the troubled tales of your forefathers? Did you see their footprints in the mountains you roamed? Do you recognize the mountain peak where your forefathers' vital blood dissolved? Write this single word called freedom on the mountain peak where your forefathers have shed tears for livelihood and sacrificed their lives for their right. This will be your first proof to be with the people of the world on an equal footing. Suchana. This poem is called "Crime of Love" by Dalai Lama, translated by Hujung Nisonam. Because I have affection, because I have memory, because I have human blood, someone needs jobs on me. For the sake of freedom, for the sake of right, for the sake of truth, I acknowledge them. However they said, my head should be a little lower than the leader, my voice a little less deceitful than the Lama. Every now and then they order me to say yes. But no. From now onwards, I will raise my head a little higher, my voice a little more honest, and every now and then, I will say no.
Thank you, Jigme and Desung. So now for our last speech, we'll have Dayudama from the SFT NYNJ board. Yeah, Dayudama is a student, New Jersey.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we gather with candles in hand, not to celebrate, but to remember and to stand together. I am here today because I am Tibetan. My identity, culture, and my people continue to be under threat. I am here today because I carry the stories of my ancestors, the pain of those who've been silenced, and the hope of those still resisting. I am here today because to be Tibetan means to speak out, not only for our own freedom, but for the freedom of all those suffering under oppression today. While the People's Republic of China marks this day with grand celebrations, parades, and displays of power, millions continue to live under oppression. This day is a reminder of occupation, of control, of erasure, and of the long ongoing fight for freedom.
On this anniversary, we recognize the pain, the struggles, and the resilience of those whose voices are ignored and silenced. Across regions and communities, Tibet, East Turkestan, Hong Kong, Southern Mongolia, Taiwan, and mainland China, countless people face systematic efforts to erase their identities, restrict their freedoms, and suppress their truths. Their lives are shaped by fear, surveillance, censorship, and violence. Families are being torn apart, cultures and languages are threatened, and the most basic human rights, freedom of expression, religion, and assembly are denied. Some have made the ultimate sacrifice. In Tibet, over the past decade, self-immolations have become a heartbreaking symbol of resistance, a desperate plea to the world to bear witness to the ongoing oppression. Children are being torn apart from their families and placed into colonial boarding schools where the Tibetan language and culture is being erased. In East Turkestan, entire communities have been subjected to mass detentions, forced labor, and attempts to erase cultural and religious heritage. In Hong Kong, peaceful protests have been met with tear gas, arrests, and sweeping laws that stifle dissent. In Southern Mongolia, policies aim to suppress native language and culture. In Taiwan, the people face relentless pressure and threats to their democracy and sovereignty. And in mainland China, courageous voices calling for justice. Journalists, lawyers, activists are imprisoned, harassed, or worse. These struggles are connected by a common thread: the ongoing oppression under the Chinese Communist Party, which seeks to control and silence those who dare to dream of freedom. We stand united, not only in remembrance, but in determination. Determination to keep these stories alive. Determination to listen, to learn, to act, to amplify our voices. To build bridges between communities and movements seeking justice and freedom. No amount of censorship, propaganda, or violence can extinguish the fire of truth and justice. As willing to hold a candle, one community willing to resist, there is hope. As we hold our candles tonight, let them be a symbol of solidarity with all those who suffer, who resist, and who dream of a better future. Across mountains, deserts, cities, and borders, we are connected by the shared belief that justice is worth fighting for and that freedom is a right, not a privilege.
Great job, Daya. Okay, and we're gonna have one more song by the Chinese activists. They're gonna play a song on their megaphone. And then after that, we have Cha, provided by RQIT. all those under Chinese occupation.
Free all Chinese occupation.
Free all those under Chinese occupation.
Free all those Chinese occupation. And before we all part, I just wanted to share something. You know, we're all here today. We all come here today to honor not only Tibetans, but Hong Kongers and mainland Chinese people who have raised their voices, right? We're here to amplify the voices of Tibetans inside Tibet. We're here to recenter the struggle of people on the ground who live this suffering every single day. And so I think I'd be remiss not to mention something really atrocious that happened inside Tibet just last week. Most of you may have seen this, but a very popular, well-known brand called Arc'teryx detonated fireworks, explosives, in Shigatse, Tibet, on a mountain in a village called Gyeongse. And they did this in collaboration with a Chinese artist. And this act amounted to ecological imperialism. It was explosives that ripped through a mountain, a sacred mountain inside of Tibet. This kind of behavior is despicable, and Arc'teryx, as a Canada-based brand, technically they're 56% Chinese owned, but they are a Canada-based brand. It is up to us in the West to hold them accountable, right? To pressure a corporation for enabling human rights abuses such as these. So I just wanted to share that because we'll be embarking on a campaign, we'll be wielding a campaign against Arc'teryx in the coming months. And so I just hope everyone will get on board, use our resources, use our voices in exile to make sure this moment, right, when we have so many eyeballs, so much attention, so much media on the issue of Arc'teryx, make sure that this moment recenters Tibet, recenters the Tibet climate crisis. So please stay tuned to this campaign, and you can see on social media or online what we're doing and how you can tap in and how you can get involved. Arc'teryx company juga konservasi ini loh, wajib itu cukup dongsa. Tadi ini loh, so news kacinan itu, mau tanya Arc'teryx dah break lega. Dah orang cakap ini yang tak tu news ini tu bisa, news cik kita hari ini tu macam mana? Oh, bela orang nak yang orang, tapi cik kita kupar ini yang kita orang macam tu ni, kacinan break kan awal itu. Arc'teryx company juga, tapi cik ni tinggi. Kita ni serbu ni lah. Di company ni kita semua lakukan ni. Kami kita semua macam kami ni lakukan ni. So kita ni serbu ni lah. Untuk kita ni company ni lah. Di je lah. Untuk kita ini ni untuk shares ni lah. Shares macam macam untuk cuma kita kita lah. So macam di company kita lakukan ni. Oh kita kan ini lah. Untuk macam ini kamera kan kita dapat orang. Oh kita macam di company kita ini orang kita. Of course, and negative social media social media Instagram Facebook post you want to comment you want to like listen to Facebook
na thấy một tầng bằng cái trong một thế kia rồi cái đình chế tôi cho nàng tôi sửa cái bằng một tầng ở trên bằng một tầng trong học trong cái nhân thôi này thật ra nhân tôi phải tôi lột rồi ok nhân tôi nhìn đó tôi cho nàng thấy cái nào big yellow
So thank you everybody for coming once again. I wanted to make the announcement that RTYC Jojo has brought cha and cups in. Hello. Hello. 하나대 세다 쉬어요. 먼저 대 단다 창만보다 표시야. 먼저 대 다리 쉬어. 땡냠도 단다 먼저 대 컵세 지열에. 먼저 디바데 스낵스 컵세 지열에. 컵세지 단다 대 치밀라몰라도 와. 치밀라몰라 코랑기 되게 스몰 비즈니스 코랑기 비즈니스 춘지시 들어와. 아들에 컵세지 코랑기 도네이션 남겨래. 셰뎁 남겨래. 창마기 컵세지 최로나로 와. 최로나 기지 시부 요에나 코랑 잡는 가로 나로 So today we have Tibetan Tibetan snacks over here. So if you feel it good, it is delicious. You can order from her. 와, 치밀라몰라기 this small business here. 창마기 겹쳐 나오로 나왔다 쉬어야. 치밀라몰라 컵세 나오라 같이 쉬어야. Thank you. Please come grab cha and then also we'll grab the candle.
Hello, ta thari ngozo kare mame chombor ki legu ti cha subu ya puchasla mi mangule sha ta nambi ne pawe da tari mangudu changma pege changma la hin ta bane kishinang shai ani ngozo legu duzula mama zonya shina rodang shai so and then very bigger samini and jaga YouTube samma lada shoppa chalila shoppa dile and ari YouTube ka lada go chale and jana go so selling yellow